This podcast is powered by the pros at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPaschal.com.
Coach, we appreciate you making some time for us this morning. And for those who don't know, Limbo Parks is coach over at Lee Summit West in the Kansas City area. I know there's a lot of people that are doubting Monte Harris even before we've seen him play. What can you tell us about the 28, soon-to-be 29-year-old, and maybe your expectations of him here in Fayetteville?
Monte, man, people don't know what they're getting. They have no idea. The dude's different. You know, he may be 28 years old, but his body is not 28 of an average 28-year-old male. He's in fantastic condition. You know, he's gotten paid to keep his body in tip-top shape. So I'm excited that he's coming down to the University of Arkansas. I couldn't be more elated. I mean, he's a competitor, most competitive kid I've ever been, well, man now that I've ever been around, that I ever coached. You know, there's only about two things worse than him than losing, and that's being sick or dead. That's it. You know, it's his DNA to win.
Coach,
that's what you get.
You're in KC now, and I don't think we think about that area as much as a high school football fertile ground as we should. But there's a lot of baseball guys that end up in Fayetteville. But as someone that coaches around, how much time should Arkansas maybe spend more in the greater Kansas City area recruiting with the football talent that you guys have in KC and Missouri?
Well, think about when I played. Okay. I'm from Kansas City. Tony Cherico from Kansas City. Kevin Wyatt from Kansas City. Okay, if you want to go to the Missouri side, you got Chris Beckett that started. Okay, then you got Steve Atwater. You got Gary Anderson. That should say enough right there, shouldn't it?
It's a lot of talent you just listed off. Yeah, there's no question about that. As a former All-Southwest Conference offensive lineman, I mean, Quinn would tell you, I think part of his success was thanks to you guys up front, the big dogs up front. Arkansas didn't have that last year. Coach, in your opinion, what went wrong with the offensive line last year, and how do you think Sam Pittman, Eric Mateos, and this staff are going to resurrect and resolve the big uglies up front this year?
Well, Coach Pittman went out and got the man, you know, Eric Mateos. That's who they needed, okay? He's going to get it right. I mean, last year was I don't know what that was. It wasn't, you know, I was a little bit, you know, shocked at the performance, but I know Eric's going to get them right. And, I mean, I saw great improvement when I was down there in the spring. So, I mean, I think they got the pieces there. You protect the quarterback, you know, keep them upright. You can win a lot of games, you know, not running for your life.
Limbo Parks with us here on the McClarty-Daniel Hotline. Played for the Razorbacks back when Quinn Grovey played. Coach, you see a lot of the RPO game and KJ Jefferson the last couple of years. Is he going to tuck it and run? Is he going to pull it back and throw it? Quinn Grovey, I know it wasn't called the RPO necessarily back then, but it's a lot of the same basic stuff we see now. Tell us a story. Take us back to being in that huddle with one of the greatest quarterbacks in Arkansas history and the last one to win a conference title for the Razorbacks.
Well, Quinn came in my senior year. He was a freshman. So he was a freshman when I was a senior, but he traveled with the team and everything. So I didn't get a chance per se in the huddle with him, but I was, you know, he was on the travel list because, you know, he wanted to give him that experience of being traveling. So when it was his turn to shine, he had the opportunity. It wasn't a big surprise. And, of course, he did wonderful, you know. But Greg Thomas was the quarterback, 2 years that I was there. And but now, like I said, Quinn's a remarkable QB and did a great job for the University of Arkansas. Still doing a great job for him.
Yeah. You're a defensive line coach. What are the challenges, and as you're coaching your guys, when you have a really effective RPO guy or really effective running quarterback? For defensive ends, you know, that's, I guess, in theory, what we always hear they're reading. How do you coach that up?
Well, our coach it up depends on if he's looking at you or looking away from you. Okay, that depends on what you're going to do. You know, if the quarterback's staring dead at you, he's reading you, so you understand that you need to slow it down a little bit. You know, just stuff like that. You know, if it's back to you, you know, he's not. You know, he's not reading you. So you know, it's just little stuff like that. You know, that you pick up in film study and stuff like that.
Talking with Limbo Parks, an assistant coach over at Lee Summit West here on the Morning Rush, former All-Southwest Conference offensive lineman at Arkansas. Coach, before we let you go, you started your college journey at Coffeyville and was outstanding there, All-American. Then you transitioned. You're an all-conference player here in Fayetteville. There's a lot of guys on this roster, not just recently, but I think about like Hillsdale College. I think about like Jacksonville State. I mean, they're plucking some guys not just from D1 Power 5 programs, but maybe some unheralded spots. You're a guy that came from, quote-unquote, an unheralded spot. How long did that transition take for you, and maybe what advice would you have for those guys that are playing at a much more difficult level now as we let you go?
Well, to me, like we used to say, Coach Dick Foster and Coach Skip Foster just passed away last week. Father-son combination national championship pedigree there. I had my path to University of Arkansas. I had to travel the long, hard way. Okay, my path wasn't like other people's path, and it's kind of like similar to Monte. His path is different, but when you come there, you're there to prove yourself that they made a mistake, that I belong, and that was my mentality when I came in there, that they made a mistake on me out of high school, and now I'm going to prove them wrong. And that's everybody that comes in there, you need to come in and try to prove yourself. So that's how I look at it.
Well, Coach, we appreciate it. I know you got school. I know you got coaching stuff you got to take care of, so we appreciate you joining us this morning, and keep flying that Razorback flag in Kansas City, okay?
Absolutely. Tell everybody, Woo Pig Suey.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.